Hey guys, today I'm taking a look at the new Glock 17 version 3 revision from the Chinese company 3DG. About 2 months ago I reviewed the version 2, and let's just say out of the box it was a tragedy. It wouldn't even fire 2 gels in a row without jamming. However, in my video I showed some mods you can do to get it working. It took a lot of work to do, and in the end it only fired about 140 feet per second. That was very unfortunate because cosmetically it was a very detailed and pleasing replica. With this new version, I won't be modding it at all. The whole point of a new version is to fix whatever was wrong with the old version, so today I'll test its reliability straight out of the box. Then I'll test its velocity with 3 different types of gels. I'll go over what's new about it, I'll test its range, and finally I'll test its accuracy. There may also be some bonus content, so you'll have to stick around and find out. Quick disclaimer, this was sent to me for free by Tactoys. They also gave me a discount code to share with you guys, which gives you 10% off anything on their entire website. The code is just my name, Brad. Installing the battery into the mag, I noticed they still haven't fixed the issue where the wires can sometimes push on the spring rest, preventing the pin from locking the mag follower back. If you're careful with the wires though, it's not an issue. One of the faults with the old version was that you couldn't lock the pin on both sides of the mag, or the blaster would have a difficult time releasing the pin. Here I'm purposely locking both sides to see if it's been resolved. I'm loading in some of the gels it comes with, which are just a gold packet Milky, and let's see if it works straight out the box. It fired the whole mag just fine and the slide locked back, but it looks like a few of the gels broke when fired. So now let's head over to the Crony and see just how fast this is shooting. Now don't get too excited by those 200 plus FPS numbers, because I noticed with the Milkies about 8 out of those 17 shots exploded as they left the barrel. Eliminating the shots that exploded, it had an average of around 180 feet per second, but I can't recommend using the Milkies unless you like having a shotgun spray effect. So now let's try Alpha Kings, which are a little bit harder and they shouldn't break as easily. From those 21 shots, we got a low of 151 on that final shot, we got a high of 189 and an average of 176. Finally, I'm going to try Ultras. These are even harder than the Alpha Kings. I was having some serious magazine jams with the Ultras, but I got an average velocity of 182. From the overall Crony testing, I recommend using Alpha King gels because the Milkies break and the Ultras got stuck. Though experiment with this yourself, perhaps growing the Ultras for a shorter duration may help. Now I'll just go over a few of the things that have changed with this new version. You might have noticed it shooting a bit harder, and that's because 3DG have upgraded the spring in this new one. To support the stronger spring, the gears, though still nylon, have apparently been made stronger. Also, Tactoys are stocking those new gear sets, so if you're the proud owner of a broken V2 that needs new gears, those are now available as a spare part. You may have also noticed the barrel comes black as standard now instead of red, but different coloured barrels are available, as well as a few different coloured slides. Also, I showed this a bit earlier, but the pin in the magazine has been improved, so it releases much easier when you insert it into the blaster. The moulded part of the barrel is now painted to look a little darker, which I've actually found to be a downside, because as you can see here, it's already starting to scratch from the slide rubbing against it. There are a few other small changes too, but now I want to see how far this thing shoots, using Alpha King gels. The flat shots were all landing around 20 meters, while the angled shots were all hitting the neighbor's shed, which will put them at about 40 meters. Pretty good for a sidearm. Now let's test its accuracy. I've clamped it into a vise with a slight arc, aiming at a human-sized target 30 meters away. A pretty good grouping for a pistol. It looks like my aim was a little off though, because the average seems to be low and to the left. Correcting that with the power of technology, making it as though I had aimed higher and to the right, this would have actually been 10 hits out of 16, which is really good. Considering that most people use it at much closer distances than 30 meters, this thing is pretty accurate. So what do I think of this new version? Well, it's way better than the old one. For starters, it actually works out of the box, although I found it breaks the milkies it comes with, and my Ultra's jammed in it. It seems to shoot great with AKAs though. It also shoots a lot harder than the old version, 180 FPS now instead of 140. For people who live in places where gas blowback are banned, you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget the discount code if you plan to pick one of these up. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some bonus content. Okay, so I heard the iPro that it comes with are really bad and they break when you shoot them. So I wanted to test that. I'll start with the Glock itself and step up in power if they survive. It looks like they survived the Glock. Time to head inside and step things up a little. How about a full auto spray from my 300 FPS M4A1 V4? What? They still survived? I guess this leaves me no choice. Here's a spring-powered Nerf blaster, which usually fires darts at 250 feet per second, but today it's chambered down for gel balls. Let's send some 480 FPS Ultras at the iPro. Broke on the first shot. Weirdly though, it was the opposite lens to what I actually shot at. Let's keep going. I broke the frame itself. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus content. I'll see you on the next one.